Hey, we are live. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Joining us with Appliance Boot Camp. We got still got some cold weather down here. Yesterday it was raining and cold, and today it's been raining and cold. And unfortunately, Mike Sneed been outside without his hat on, and my head has gotten wet, so I'm coughing a little bit. But as soon as I get done, we're gonna go take something for it. I just want to let everybody know we got hands-on live event coming up this month on the 25th. It'll be the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th of this month. This month right here, we have another hands-on live event. Also, in about 2 weeks, I'm gonna be making an announcement. We're gonna go on tour. We're gonna have an ABC tour this spring and summer. I'll be announcing some of the tour dates, the cities I'll be popping up with at, and also I'll be putting in where you can actually purchase tickets and come out there and hang out with us. We're gonna be doing, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a tour this summer, this spring and summer with ABC. So you have some dates coming up in the next 2 weeks that you can actually start purchasing to see me coming into your town. We have a lot of alumni across all the United States, and I want to get out there and come visit you all. You all always come here. I'm gonna come out and visit you all and keep everybody from the people who's in that area. They could come out and kind of hang out with us too and get to meet everybody. Uh, we're also working on the skilled trades camp. Slick, myself, and Mike, we're actually still working on that. We met a couple of times over the weekend. That's including today. We'll be meeting again tomorrow. So we're trying to put that together. For everybody, so I'm looking forward to that. And also, today is the deadline. Today is February the 7th, 2022. This is the deadline where you had to have going forward. If you hadn't gotten your CDLs by now, you're going to have to go through what they call ELDT, meaning that you're going to have to go to you're going to have to go to a government funded school, not funded, but government uh, authorized school now in order to take the test to get your CDL. And that's the question I'm asking. Um, is are they trying to close the doors on the African American, especially African American men that who have made a great life out of CDLs and trucking. Um, we're gonna get into that. Like I said, today is the day where it's the deadline where if you hadn't tested and got your CDLs, you're now going to be forced to go to a school, and the school has to be sanctioned by the government. Meaning the government goes in and tell them what they if the school's been approved. So what happens in the past, you could just go to the DMV in North Carolina and sit down and take the test for your CDLs. You pass them, and then I think you just took you had to take the driving test, and then you can go out here and you can start driving trucks. So that was one of them. That was one of the skilled trades. One of the last right beside appliance repair that you could what's it called? You could go into and without having to work for somebody or having to take some government course or anything to get into it. So now that's done now, and so now the government has gotten involved, and so now what's going to happen when you got to complete this government course? Whenever the government get involved in something, somebody's about to get screwed. So if you ever see the government come in and say they're about to help, you know you're about to get screwed. So what's going to happen now? It starts off whenever the government gets in. It starts off as just being a simple course. It might take you a month or two to get through it. But as the government get in and everybody start adding on to it and doing this and doing that, eventually that course is going to probably grow to maybe 2 to 3, maybe even 4 years. It's going to grow to actually because of the government is involved and they gotta make I call it make work for people, where they gotta have positions for people. They gotta have jobs for instructors and stuff. So now they want to keep you into that school system longer and making more money off of it. Also, what's going to happen? The price of the courses is going to go up higher and higher, because now the government is coming in, and the government if the government says mandated that you have to have it, then the government gonna come in and they're gonna say, what happened if I'm poor? I ain't got the money to pay. The government then is gonna start saying, well, we're gonna offer you some student loans, and we'll guarantee that if little Johnny can't pay, the government gonna step in and start to pay. And when he does that, he gonna set the price. The government say, hey, the most that we'll pay for a course is gonna be maybe $20,000 to get your CDLs. Guess what the price gonna be to go get your CDLs? $20,000. Just like with us in our industry, we know 250 is about what the insurance company will pay. So all our repairs is gonna be about 250. So that's what's going to happen there. Also, what's going to happen because the price go up higher and the schools have to be approved by the government. You're going to have fewer and fewer options to get into those schools. It's going to be like trying to get into nursing. Everybody trying to get into nursing, and then all of a sudden, no schools have nursing. They got plenty of social work and stuff like that you can go take, and journalism and mass communication. But if you want to get into nursing or you want to get into engineering, something that's really going to pay off, they don't have it's so competitive that they don't have enough spaces for you to get into. So that's the next thing going to happen. You're going to have waiting lists. Just like now, if you try to get into the DMV to go get your driver's license and stuff, you got to get on a waiting list, and you got to be there 3 days and still don't take the test. Well, that same thing's going to happen with these schools. And then once that happens, the requirements going to get tighter and tighter, where they're going to actually then start to tighten down on the requirements, saying, okay, you now can't have a felony, and if you got a felony, you can't come into the school, because they got to have a way to weed people off, so they don't have all these people trying to crowd in to get into the school. You're going to get drug tested. If you're 10 pounds overweight, you ain't going to be able to drive. If they're gonna probably look into your school record, say, oh, if you had if you was on some type of drug like Ritalin or something like that, we don't think you're capable of actually getting behind the wheel and drive. They're gonna start looking at stuff like that and finding ways to actually pull people off the line. But they do it all the time. And then eventually, what's gonna happen? They eventually get the actual industry to look the way they want it to look. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a video of this company talking about the new requirements and stuff like that. And I want you to take a look at the video that's going on, and what I want you to notice. Remember, I told you when I was going out with my business partners, and they was going out to Southeast Raleigh. We was going out to places in downtown Durham and stuff where it was fully populated with African Americans, and I would go out. I was riding with them, and then they'll show me the plans of what was coming, and I look at the plans, and I'll be looking. I said, well, where are all the black people? I see everybody else represented on the pictures and stuff, but I didn't see any black people represented on that picture. And now if you go to Southeast Raleigh and places like that in downtown Durham, you don't see the blacks that were there. I don't know if they evaporated or what, but they're no longer there. They actually got them out of that area. So that's the same thing I want you to notice here. And then we'll go take a look at the skilled trades. And then I'm going to tell you how this ties back into appliance repair and appliance and why we need to be mindful of this. So I'm going to share this screen right here. And this is the stuff that we have to be mindful and look at, especially when they come talking about they doing something to help you for education wise and stuff. So we're going to look here and listen to this real quick, and just look at the people in the film, and look at the people who's actually in trucking right now.
Hello, I'm Jill Schultz, Senior Editor here at JJ Keller. Today, let's take a look at some of the most frequently asked questions we're asked about the new entry-level driver training. Is it true that drivers will soon need to meet additional requirements to obtain a CDL? Yeah, that's true. On February 7th of 2022, the new entry-level driver training requirements go into effect. They apply to an individual who is applying for a new Class A or B CDL, those upgrading a CDL, for example, going from a Class B to a Class A, and then those obtaining a new passenger, school bus, or hazmat endorsement. What are the new requirements? Individuals must complete a course of theory and behind-the-wheel training offered by an entity listed on the Training Provider Registry, or TPR, administered by FMCSA. To be listed on the TPR, an entity must meet specific requirements related to everything from curriculum to facilities. This training must be successfully completed, and proof of this completion must be received by the state driver licensing agency. This has to happen before the individual takes the skills test for the new license or endorsement. In the case of the hazmat endorsement, proof must be presented prior to the knowledge test. It's important to note that if the individual does not successfully complete the required training and proof can't be provided to the state driver licensing agency, the individual can't take the CDL or endorsement test. Can a company apply to be listed on TPR and provide this training to its employees? Yes, a company can apply to be listed on the TPR and provide this instruction. To be eligible, the company must meet specific criteria related to curriculum, facilities, vehicles, and instructors. The company must also meet any state or local requirements related to providing this type of instruction. A company could also have its drivers trained by another school or entity, but they must be listed on the TPR. Do instructors need to register and be listed on the TPR? Well, no, there isn't a separate registration requirement for entry-level driver training instructors. The instructors are included on the school or other entity's application, and they're listed on the TPR that way. When does this go into effect? Anyone applying for a new Class A or Class B CDL, or for a new passenger, school bus, or hazmat endorsement on or after February 7, 2022, is subject to the new entry-level driver training requirements. It's important to note that this rule does not affect drivers who currently have a valid CDL with valid endorsement.
Okay, so when I look at that, now I'm going to go here to YouTube, and we're just going to do a quick search. We're going to do a quick search right here for for trucking business, and see what we have. It's majority African Americans who are driving this trucking business stuff and bringing people into this trucking business. Because this right here is a pathway for us. You see, majority African Americans talking about it. It's a way we can get in, make money, to support your family. If you had a hiccup early on in life, you can actually go drive trucks and make a decent living. So we're the ones who mostly putting out these courses, and especially these course creators, the course creators that putting them out here, that like Trucking Justin and Hood Estates. JT also putting out trucking courses, but the people who've been putting out these courses to help everybody get into here. I think this is deliberately done to cut them out, because there's a lot of money in putting out these courses, and there's a lot of money to be made in trucking. So you can see, majority of the people you see in trucking is going to be African American. Now let's go because there's really not no gatekeepers. Now let's go to plumbing. Uh, Here you're gonna see it's the exact opposite. You're gonna be very rare to find African American plumbers. Uh, the reason why is because of the gatekeepers. The gate, not say the gatekeepers. I'm talking about the government, the state exam test, the regulations to actually to get a plumber's license. So you don't never, you now not able to become company owners of plumbing because you're not able to go through the red velvet gates. Now let's take a look at the other places that have it. We look at HVAC, same thing. You got our man there, WWHVAC, doing his thing, but other than that, you don't see anybody. The people we know, that's it. But here you have all these everybody else, but we're not represented in plumbing. Okay. Now let's take a look at electrical. Same thing. Same thing. Not much representation there for us. They go our man Terry the electrician, but there's not much representation there for us. Because that's what those things are there for. That's what those gatekeepers are there for, to actually uh, what we call make it so that you're not able to just easily walk into becoming starting your own electrical contracting company. Now let's go to our business here now. Okay. Now we see a fair amount of representation. This is the way it should be, where you got an equal amount of representation across the board of men, women, African Americans, white, Hispanic. Everybody is able to come in because it's still one of the last ones that doesn't require those gates to get in, and this is the way I love it. Now, you would have came to appliance repair about 3 years ago, you would have not say about 4 years ago. If you came to appliance repair about 4 years ago, you probably would have had at some of the conferences and stuff. There was probably more sightings of big feet of a Bigfoot than it was of African American appliance business owner. That's how few it was. But because now people are getting the word out, and we're coming here because this is an avenue for us to be able to make money, to be able to tap in with our talents and gifts, and be able to get rewarded properly for it. That now it's the way it should be, and our job is to make sure that it stays this way, so that everybody can get in, and that we don't get caught up in the okey doke like uh, like like uh like I think the trucking company has gotten caught into. They've gotten caught into the okey doke. At this point in time, where the public is not screaming and crying, saying, "Hey, these truckers need to get more training." Most of the times, the truckers saying it's these people driving these passenger cars that need more driving training. But we're hollering saying we need more truckers because we got a shortage of supplies coming in. So we got a shortage of supplies. Then you should be doing opening the gates and making it easier for people to get into your industry. But yet they're actually closing those gates off and strangling them off. And I'm thinking they're doing that to get those great paying careers into the hands of people that they want to have them in, to limit them, to take them back out of people's hands that's dead. So I want to just bring that awareness to us so that we don't get caught in the okey doke to the point where we're actually in a year or two from now they start saying, oh, everybody needs to have more training. You got to go to a training program that's sanctioned by so and so, and then from there you need to go ride with somebody or work with somebody for 2 years in order to get into your applied repair field and this and that. Once you start doing that, it's going to actually then close off the doors to certain groups of people. And so I wanted to bring that awareness to us now that we're pretty much the last of the gate, the last of the skilled trade that doesn't require anything like that, where you can still come in and you can still earn a living if you want to put the work in and don't have to worry about no gatekeepers or anything like that. So I want to make sure that we keep it that way. I'm going to read some of the stuff we got going on in the chat. If you would like to come into the chat, come on live. That's the link to come in live. But like I say, be mindful. because it could easily slide over into appliance repair, and we'd be the same way where we'll have the government come in and we'll have the industries trying to mandate who can get in and who can who can win and who's going to lose. We don't want that. So we got BK from the Rockies. What's going on, BK? Quentin Hodge. Hey, what's going on, Mike? ABC fam. Hey, how you doing? BK from the Rockies. Nice. Hopefully, I'll be able to come out too. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do them. I'm gonna do the tours. I'm gonna do them across several different states. SQ Services LLC. Hey, how you doing? My apps. Hey, Mike and ABC family. Hey, how you doing? 89 Dr. Funk. Life of a bald headed guy. I feel your pain. Like laugh out loud. What's up, fella? Hey, how you doing? Uh, Evening, guys. Frank Evans. I have I have a GE stovetop gas that's not clicking. It shows that I need to replace those igniters, but also says to replace those wires. I'm not sure. Has anybody done this? Thanks. Get the schematic and look at it and see if the actual switches that actually feed to the spark module, if they're daisy chained, meaning if one of them goes out, none of them works. So if they're actually daisy chained like that, you can easily take that switch. You can just unplug the harness and do a continuity test on it. So if you do a continuity test and it tests good, then you know your switch harness is good. What you can do, you can actually turn it on, plug it up, make sure no wires are touching. Turn one of the switches on, make sure the gas is off. Turn one of the switches on and see if you got see if you got 120 volts to your spark module. If you got 120 volts to that spark module and none of their igniters are sparking and stuff, you're gonna have a bad spark module. So you can do that. All right. Companies will probably still pay for training. Yeah, they will, but that's still sends you out to actually have to get a job with a company. That's one of the things that they tell us all the time. Companies are paid for training, so that forces you to actually go get a job. I personally don't want a job. I want to go out here and drive for myself. But yeah, that's going to force you to actually go get a job. Frank Evans, what is your amp drawing igniters? The new igniter will have a harness on it. You can either connect or you cannot use the wire, or you'll use the wire. Okay. Or you have an issue with spark igniters. Okay, they networking. Yeah, if it's all four, most likely the spark module. If you have, there you go, 120 volts going to the module. There you go. Good information out there, engineering appliance repair. See, that's what I'm saying. The alumni, they know this stuff. They know it. Okay, they got him straight. 63 Paula Rag dude. What's up, Mike? ABC fam. Them people are wondering where their slaves went. Too many people starting businesses. That's why it's a slave shortage. I mean labor shortage. Yeah, they're trying to force people back into these jobs, man. They are really trying to force people back into these jobs. They're cutting it off. They're cutting it off on ways to get out here and make money. Boss man Brewster was hiring only felons. This is gonna stop that. Yep. Was hiring only felons. Yep. This is gonna stop that. Yep, it is. It is. Yep. BK from the Rockies. Plumbing channels will look like handyman channels too. Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah. Frank Evans. Yep. You have to have a background check for the TDLR. Oh, and they're where they get you if you have a felony. Okay, see, there you go. They already blocking the gates and stuff. Already blocking the gates. Yep. I've seen it happen too many times. I've seen it happen too many times. Uh, I saw where the what's called the North Carolina State Board of Electrical Contractors. That's the link if you would like to get into the show live tonight. I saw with the State Board of Electrical Contractors, it was crazy. They said the problem is too many electrical contractors start businesses, then they go out of business. What we're going to do, it used to be for the business, when you got ready to take the test for electrical contractors, you only had about maybe 3 or 4 business questions on the test. That's all. It was on the test. It was just 3 or 4 business questions, but they're mainly testing you on the electrical code. But somebody got the notion, man. The problem is these guys don't know business, and so we need to make sure that they know this business. So then they say we're gonna add more business questions onto the test, and then they said what we're gonna do, we're gonna add this thing called a nationaler, and let them test them on the business part of it, and we'll test them on the electrical code. So now you go from something that used to be just 2 questions on the electrical contractor's test to now you get a book as thick as a Bible, and now you got another 4-hour test you got to take just on business alone. So you have to pass both. So now, if you can get past the electrical, you will flunk the business and can't get your electrical contractor's license. And so now it does the exact opposite. It made it so that it made fewer and fewer people was able to get their contractor license. So yeah, they won't going out of business because they never have a chance to get into business. And but that's their way of they thinking that they're gonna make somebody better businessman by testing them more. You can't, like I say, just like I used to be an engineer, and I was a test engineer, and they'll send me a product that won't worth 2 cents. Say like for instance, just say like we'll say like these LG refrigerators. So you got these LG refrigerators, and they'll send them down the product, send them down the manufacturing line. My job was to test them and make sure that they that they that I caught any failures and stuff on the line before they actually shipped them out. But then they'll get mad because you be catching all these failures. You be testing them and they be failing so bad, and then they be saying, "Can you add more tests?" It don't matter if me man more tests. You can't test quality into a product. So the product when you built it was poor quality. Me testing it more and putting more stress on it ain't gonna make it better. It's just gonna make it fail a lot faster and make you have a lot more rework that has to be done. You have to actually design quality into the product. Well, same thing with a business person. A business person, you testing somebody testing somebody who never ran a business before about running a business. Yeah, they're not gonna know anything about business. Only way you're gonna know about business is to actually get out here and run a business. And they're thinking I can test you up front, and me testing you, make you memorize all this stuff, and make you a better business person. It don't. Only thing gonna make you a better business person is them giving you a contractor's license and letting you go out there and make the mistakes. There you go. Man, close the doors. My team is grandfather here. Yeah, believe it or not, that's normally what happens. Normally, what happens is just like engineer appliance repair said. Once the industry feel like we have enough people in, they'll come in and they'll say, "Hey, go ahead and close the doors. We got enough people in here," and then that'll force you then to get technicians and stuff. Because then people really have to come working with you, working for you before they can go out there. So yeah, then I supply the technicians and all that. And I see that. I see that happening. I see it happening. My house, Mike, they consolidate electrical contractor license in Maryland. You used to be licensed by a county. Now you have to go to the state board with all types of hoops. Yeah, they always doing that. They always doing that. Always doing that. 89 Dr. Funk. I don't get it. They say it's a shortage of skilled trades, and now they still putting up barriers for people to get in. That's hustling backwards to me. If you're trying to get folks into the trade, yeah, they're trying to get folks in, but they have a specific person they want to get in because some people, if if they come repossess, say for instance, I hit a hard time, and they gotta come repossess repossess my little car, or whatever. That's fine. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna be going down to no place and doing nothing crazy to nobody. I'm not. I just learn. I just what you call just learn how to adapt, and I'll lower my standards of living to adapt to where I'm my current position. I'll be okay. Some people, if they go pull that bass boat from out the back of their house and tell them they can't pay for it and they about to lose their house, um, they then gonna hurt somebody, and they know that if somebody don't get to keep their life, keep the lifestyle that they feel that they're supposed to have, somebody's gonna get hurt. So that's why they have to make room for those people to get in. That's why they have to build prisons and stuff, federal prisons and stuff in those communities, so they can give them work, so that their job is to watch you. They ain't got enough work for everybody, but if I can give that person a job watching you all day that allow him to be able to still go out on his bass boat and stuff on the weekend. And I pull you out of the equation, so you can't go look for no job because you locked up in prison. And then when you get out of prison, I'm gonna put a stamp on you and say, hey, don't hire him, don't give him another chance. So now, even when you leave out of prison, you can't go out there and compete in the job market. So that's what it amounts to. And so now, as the jobs, as automation comes, as technology comes, you don't need as many workers. And so, but people still need to earn a great living. And so now we got to look out and see what careers and what we can pull back in for certain groups of people, and certain other groups of people. You got to push them off and say, hey, you got to move further down the trough. You can't eat here. So that's what you were seeing happen. Yep, they're bringing teenagers in now. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Torch appliance repair, especially unions, and they only allow 20% minority on job site by law, and they follow it. Yeah, yeah. That's what unions, like I keep telling everybody, that's what the unions were put in place for. After the Civil War, all the uh, all the black slaves was going up north, and they were competing, and they were all the skilled tradesmen. They had been working for years building the South, and they were all the blacksmiths, the carpenters. They done everything. They get up north, they're thriving and doing so well that they say, hey, we need to get them out of here. And plus, they needed them to go back down south so they could rebuild the South. And so what would happen? They say, okay, in order for you to be a blacksmith, in order for you to be a carpenter, you got to belong to the union. But if you're black, you can't. If you're African American black, you can't be in the union. So there ain't no job you can have here. So then you go back down south, get down south. You walking, just got back in the town. Where your job? Who you work for, boy? I just got here. Now you vagrants. So now you walk in the streets, ain't got no job. Now you breaking a vagrants law. Now we can lock you into prison. And now once you're in prison, now you're back into slavery. And now we can force you to build the South back up for free. So that's what all the plan was back then. And we still there. Especially I leave that one alone. But yeah, we still there. Be catching the rockets. Teenagers, huh? I remember my bus ride was a high school when I was a real little kid. I guess history is repeating. Yeah. And when I was going to high school too, the bus drivers were the high school kids. They drove all the buses. I couldn't drive one because I was what's it called? I played sports, but most of the time the bus drivers were the kids in high school. So they always had enough bus drivers, and it wasn't no a lot of wrecks and stuff that I recall. I don't remember maybe one school bus wreck, but it wasn't the school bus driver's fault. One guy was drunk and ran up under the school bus, but other than that, there wasn't a lot of wrecks going on with the high school kids driving the bus. But now they don't think the high school kids are mature enough. They don't even think they're mature enough to have have shop classes in it. They think they're gonna cut their finger off. They think a car gonna fall on top of somebody. They think somebody gonna get electrocuted. So they don't. The schools don't even want that worry on them anymore. So they push it off because they think the kids are just not mature enough to do it. Well, so tech appliance repair. I'm living it now. I experience it every day on the job site. It's alive. Yeah, it is. It is. What city are you in? I'm curious. What city you in? Because I'll be honest. I tell people all the time. Uh, 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 some places where those cities like New York. I know New York guys. They made me shut my mouth 2 or 3 times because they be sending out some big checks. But yeah, okay, towards in New York City. New York City and California, I'll tell you, they got it'd be hard for me to stay there, especially if I don't think I could be wrong, but to live there all my life and not going to be able to own no property, and I know that the whole system is set up for me to be in a union and for the government to control all my aspects of my life. I just couldn't stay there. I would leave. I would leave New York, and I would leave. I would leave New York, and I would leave also, especially California. Even to start a business in New York, they make you do crazy stuff. Make you have to go run an ad in the newspaper for so much time and stuff before you get your LLC and all that stuff. BK from the Rockies. I remember one fender bender as a child, and it was a car driver that hit the alpha. Yeah, Mr. O. Boston's the same as New York City and LA. I gotta get out of here soon. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's paradise for a self, not for a self, self, not for a self-made. Yeah, it is. It's not. It's geared. It's geared for you not to break it. So some people sometimes uh, 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 sometimes they want. I'll read yours in a second. Sometimes people be asking me to actually ways to get around New York City and California and stuff. It's all the government and the infrastructure is there to do what it's doing. For you to fight it, you got 50 to 60 years of them voting the same way for that thing to exist. And most of the people who live there want it to work like that. I've never in my life seen no crap like this where I saw I was talking. I'm gonna move my camera down a little bit so I can get over. Okay, I was talking to I was at the barber shop talking to some guys at the barber shop, and they thought it was great the way they done it up in New York. So in New York, once you turn a certain age, you have to put your name on the lease. So so now once I turned 18, my name had to go on the lease for that apartment. So that way, if my mom or my or whoever I was staying with passed away, now I could continue staying in that apartment. And they thought that that was good. I was like, that sucks. All they're doing is just getting generation out of generation to keep renting the apartment. I said, why would you dare put your kid name on the lease? I would want them to own the apartment. But that was the mentality that they had, that they're doing something good. Oh, I got this nice apartment, and my son or my daughter will never have to leave because I just put their name on the lease. And here it's the exact opposite. We want land, we want property, and we don't want to put our kids' name on the lease. And so that's what you're dealing with, that mentality that's coming out of places like New York and stuff, where then you get into a survival mode, where you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to it's living from day to day or maybe sometimes hour to hour from hour, and you get to a point where you can't get away from it. They got you trapped, and they say you wake up 50 some years old and you wasted almost all your life there trying to get out of the rat race. All right. Stocko Sigma. Okay. First time here. Thanks, man. Appreciate you getting in. I'm at all about this structure. I hope there's money for a black man in Arizona. Yeah, yeah, good Lord, yeah. You make a lot of money in Arizona doing appliance repair. I posted earlier today what my actual January month was, uh, and that was just one warranty company that I was mainly just doing a couple of service calls and doing a couple of compressors and stuff on, and I think I made like $12,000. Uh, I made like $12,000, but I had people that didn't believe it was true. That one man and one truck could make $12,000 doing appliance repair, and I was telling them $12,000 ain't for like $3,000 a week. That's pretty much easy to do in an appliance repair. And the thing about it, that 12,000, that's not 12,000 minus parts and stuff. That's 12,000 minus gas, and the gas cost me about $20 every 2 days. So I got about $50, $60 in gas. That's all it is in there. It ain't no it ain't no buying parts or anything of it. That's just strictly cash minus gas of about $50, $60 a week coming out of there. So I got about maybe $300 worth of gas for the whole month coming out of that 12,000. And I get to touch every penny of it. I get all my money before the government even sees any of it. So I get that whole 12,000, and my family don't need no more than about 4,000 to live off of. So now I got about 8,000 that I can do whatever I want with, that I can stack up to go buy property, that I can start other businesses with. And that's the joy of this appliance repair. Now, if I bring in my CODs and all that, man, I told her if I would have put in the CODs and everything else that was going, they wouldn't believe it. So that's why I have to tell people I can't tell you what the true amount you can make in appliance repair. I'm not able to tell people because they're sweeping down line. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yes, you can. You can you can make $200,000 repairing appliances, a one man show, with less than $4,000. If you were to buy the course, and came to the hands-on live, less than $4,000. If you done just the online, less than $3,000. You can buy the course, and you can make $200,000 repairing appliances and have a great life. I mean, have a great life. I'm not out there and making that 12,000 is easy. You ain't out there humping and stuff like that. Making that 12,000 is a nice, easy 12,000. It's kind of like I guess I look at it like baseball. You can be doing it a long time, and you might be like DHing in baseball. Ain't no nothing stressing on your body or none of that. You get up every so often, swing the bat, and sit down and watch and enjoy a hot dog and all that. It ain't like football where you get out there and somebody crashing your head and you got CTE and all that. You make this 200,000. You can make it easy doing appliance repair and have a great life, a great life. Okay, Mr. O, I'm doing well though, but it's challenging to thrive here. Yeah, it is. It is. And that's making 150, 200,000, making 150, 200,000 in those areas. It's about like making 100,000 here, where you're okay, but you ain't progressing. A9 Dr. Funk. I saw an article in New York City. They are begging for union iron workers. Yeah, 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 they are. Um, yeah, it's crazy out here, but you can make a killing. Yeah, you can make a killing for about 6 months, then they put you on hold. They stop, and then you gotta wait, and then you burn through all the money that you'll save, and then you're desperate because you don't have any cash, and then you got to go. Then they bring you right back. Just give you barely enough to make it, and you keep thinking, oh man, next year I'll work full time and I'll be okay. You never get it. They work you just long enough so you can survive. Then it cuts you off, and you have to burn through everything. And this is the thing too. I was looking with the when we went into World War II, and we had to rebuild our Navy ships and stuff after Pearl Harbor and all that, and we had to have pilots. So we had to have fighter pilots. Prior to that, it was taking about a year or 2 years to make a fighter pilot. No, because they had to go through all this training and want to make sure all this was right and that was right and limiting the people that came through. By the end of the war, they had cut that down because they needed people to get up in the air and help kick some butt, because now it's life or death. So all that stuff all that BS that they had no classroom, we cut that out. We're gonna give you exactly what you need to get up in there and start dropping bombs and kicking some butt, and you're gonna figure the rest of it out while you up in the air. We ain't got time for you to wait no 2 years. Same thing when they needed the men had to go fight. They needed the men to go fight. All you had left were the women, and the women had never welded or anything before. They brought the women in and said, "Hey, I'm going in a week or two you're gonna be a master welder." And they had these women built. The women built all those ships and stuff. The men were fighting, so the women were out there welding and doing all that stuff, manufacturing all that stuff. And that's kind of where I look at with the appliance repair business. We in a desperate time, especially as African American men, where we got to get you out there. We ain't got time to go to 2 years of pilot training and welding school. We need you right now. We need you to know the basics, to get in that airplane, to get up in the air and start fighting. And we need you to know the basics to get in there with this welding rod, and we need you to start welding these machines so we have something to go out there with. So if they could put all that together and get out there and get them ready to go to war, surely they can do this now where the drive an 18-wheeler truck and all that. But now you got to go 2 years, have to go to school for all this to drive a truck. Then you same thing to be an electrician. You got to go to school for 2 years. You got to work for somebody for 5 years to put a light bulb in. Come on, to hang a ceiling fan. Okay, Mr. O, Mike, apartments over here starting at 1,400, 1,500 for a studio, one bedroom. We can't even buy inexpensive vehicles because they rust out. So we are forced to buy newer vehicles which are expensive. Oh man, yeah. Down here, $1,400, $1,500 a month. Jesus Christ, man. I have a 4 bedroom house, about 3,500, 4,000 square feet, on the lake, walking trails, uh, great schools, 2 or 3 swimming pools you can go to, 2 or 3. We got 3 grocery stores in our community. We got our own little security staff that goes around, make sure ain't nobody doing nothing crazy. Uh, uh, a very great neighborhood, and I pay less than $1,400 a month for my mortgage. Uh, I pay less than $1,400 a month for my mortgage. I think my mortgage was maybe like it used to be about maybe 1,300, maybe 1,250, 1,300. Because daycare with us when we had 2 kids in daycare, it was more than our mortgage was. So yeah, so you could come down here and you can live like a king for that amount of money, and you'll make the same amount of money as you would down here up there. Yeah, the setup is real. It's a trap and it's hard to get out. But thanks to you and introducing appliance boot camp, I could work. I could work for myself. Okay. Uh, Mr. Like you buy your Dodge Caravan for auction. We could never do that. Here it sucks. Our homes are starting at 400,000 for a low end home. Yeah, 400,000 here. You have a mansion. You would have a mansion on about 5, 6 acres of land, maybe 8. Oh, well, I take that back. Depending on where you go. In Clayton now is going to get you pretty much about maybe a 2,000 square foot house now in Clayton. But if you go a little further out, if you were to go to like Four Oaks, go to Princeton. You can still get a nice house for 400,000. If you were to go out east, like down towards Greenville and those areas, 400,000 will get you a mansion down in Greenville. Um, uh, even out there on the coast, out there, if you go out there to like Jacksonville, if you go out to Belhaven, you go out to Little Washington. You get a nice. You can be out there on the coast and get about 400,000. Morehead City and places like that. Only thing when you get closer out there, it's gonna be more seasonal. People go there for the summertime and then they leave during the winter. So it's a little bit more seasonal. But with the COVID, where people now can work from anywhere, they're starting to have a lot more residents, full time residents. Patrick Young, what's good, Mike? What's good, ABC family? Greetings from New London, New Hampshire. Okay. All right, Mr. O, you gotta really hustle to make it over here. Yeah, you do. You do. You up north, you gonna have to be. You gotta be hustling all the time just to get to the customer house. Ain't nowhere to park. You gotta, Lord knows if I had to go tote my bag up to one of those high rises and stuff, I'd be mad. Good evening, Mike. I tried purchasing the online course, but of course, but chose the monthly payment option. Won't allow me to purchase unless I pay full price. Yeah, if you click the online, once you click on it, it'll give you the breakout of the different what you call monthly payments. So then you have to click on the online. Once you click on it, then you'll see the breakout to the monthly payments, and you can take it then. You can choose it then. That's a lot of calls. 3K. No, it's not. 3K a week. 3K a week is let's see. Let's break that down per day. 3,000 divided by uh, uh, let's see, divided by 7. Now we're doing 5 divided by 5. That's not for $600 a day. You can do that before 3 o'clock. I mean before 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. It ain't for $600. That ain't but 2 stops. If you Samsung heater element, that's a $488 repair, and you'll do 1 or 2 of those before 12 o'clock. You always doing those. People love, they say a Samsung dryer is not heating. Man, you run to that because you know that's a $488 repair. You do that. You do the Samsung dryer. You clean out a drain line. A drain line is about two something. So 488, and that part will cost you less than $80. So you got $400 there. Then you clean out a drain line on a refrigerator. That's $200. $600. You do that before 12 o'clock. You come on back home. So it's not hard. If you're doing the way we do it, we do 5 stops. So let's see. 5 times 85 is give you how much? $425. If you were just going to collecting just the service call fee from customers, you won't fix nothing. You'll make 2,975. So just getting the service call fee. You do 5 a day. I could do up to 8 calls a day if I wanted to, but I burn myself out. So it's not a lot of calls. It's not a lot of calls to do that. Once you start doing COD calls and stuff, you don't have to run as many. You can run 3 or 4. If you run average call, you're gonna make about $200 to $250. So if you do 3 stops, you can run 3 stops a day, make $600. You make $3,000 in a week, and you make 12,000 in the end of the month. That's a lot of money, and you ain't gotta work hard. That's why a lot of people realize that, man, I ain't gotta be out here killing myself. I can get started, be home by 1 o'clock. I have the rest of my day to go do something that I really like to do. I like repairing appliances, but I really like doing something else. So you can go out there and make your money, get back, go pick your kids up, be able to cook dinner with them, eat lunch with them. It's just so much work here. All right. Now, if you do a seal system, that ain't but one stop a day. If you do a seal system, You can do one stop a day and make 5,000 a week doing seal systems. Matter of fact, I got a Sub-Zero evaporator coil I gotta change tomorrow, and that's gonna be I gotta see what I put that at. Let me see how much that one is. Let me pull it up. See how much I'm gonna get for that one. That's the only call I'm doing tomorrow. Is that 7 1? Yeah, that's it. That's the only one I'm doing tomorrow. Let's see how much I got that authorized for. It's a Sub-Zero evaporator coil. Okay. Trying to get something, maybe I can show it to you all that doesn't require. I'm changing the evaporator coil only, and that's going to be 850. And they sent me the evaporator coil. Evaporator coil and the filter dryer. So that's 850. And it'll take me about 2 hours. It'll take me about 2 hours to do it. So yeah, that's 850. Their call is from 10 to 12 tomorrow. So I'll go out there from 10 to 12, change the evaporator. I'll be back. I'll be back here by 1 o'clock. I'll leave at 10. I'll be back here at the shop by 1 o'clock. I'll be made $850. Reggie Cruel. Great content. Been watching for a while. I have joined the online course. Time to follow the blueprint. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate that. You're gonna do very well. Really appreciate it. Uh, there you go. Engineered appliance repair. I've hit the 10,000 a month without seal system work, but I'm convinced in order to reach growth, seal system repairs would be a must. Yeah, if you want to really crank it up, you got to throw a couple of those seal systems in there. But like I said, I used to, and you got to throw you got to get quite a bit of CODs. Once I got off as much warranty work, you start having a lot more CODs. It really is really good. Matter of fact, let's see. Yeah, this one I don't want to show. This one is right here, $482. This $982. So yeah, this one right here is for a commercial, one of my commercial customers right here for a commercial gas oven, 482. And this one right here was what's this one? This was a refrigerator. This right here was a refrigerator right here, 982. So yeah, so yeah, like I say, you get those deposits coming in, and then you get that mailbox money. And matter of fact, let me see. I want to go. I got another mailbox, and I haven't even opened this one yet. So I'll open this. Let's see what this one says. 281.27. So this one is 281.27. So yeah, so you'll get your deposits, you'll get the cash that you get from going to people's houses, and then you get that mailbox money. And man, it's great. It is a great feeling, man. 89 Dr. Funk. The city I stay in built the planes for World War II. The women held it down in and at the plants building the plane. Yeah, they did. They did. North Appliance, great content. Thanks, I appreciate that. Appliance repair is real. 2.2K, 9 jobs, just today is possible. Yep, there you go. There you go, North Appliances. So he made 2.2K today alone. He made 2,200 today alone. He done 9 jobs. Like I say, you can run as many jobs as you want. I do 5. but he's doing 9, so he's already there. Just like that just today, and he could make close to 10,000 this week. So yeah, my house. I've done the high rises, painted the but I do not. But I don't do city addresses with no parking or meter parking. There you go. There you go. There you go. Patrick Young, Mike, I make between 2,500 and 4,500 a week in this truck driving on the road. But it's nothing like getting the appliance repair money daily. But I will be back and transition garage doors. Okay, there you go. Good job. Yeah, yeah. With that truck, the only thing is good money in that truck. Only thing the guys that tell me that come from out of that truck, you in that truck 24 hours. You know, with the appliance repair, most of the time. I'm just working 10. I do 5 stops: 10, 11, 1, 2, and 3. So I let everybody go to work. When they go to work, I what you call. I come in and go do my calls. I ain't got to fight no traffic in the mornings. In the afternoons, at 3 o'clock, I'm heading back, and I beat them before they get off work, before the school buses get out. So I'm back home or back where I need to be before the traffic get on the road in the afternoon. And so I'm home every night with my family, and I'm home on the weekend. Torch. Do all warranty companies do blue book pricing for seal system? That's not blue book pricing for seal system. If you're doing blue book, it's gonna for seal system it'd be up higher. No, with seal systems, most of them, if you stayed about 850, you can do all the. If you do 850, and they send you the parts, you can do pretty much all of the seal systems that you want. If I'm doing something a little bit more like a built-in Sub Zero, GE monogram or Viking, something like that I know they can't they gotta get it fixed. Then I can bump it up a little higher, closer to 2,000 if I got to do something major. That Sub Zero, putting that evaporator coil on that refrigerator side, that's easy money, man. It's so much room in there to work. They use good copper. It's easy to do. You in and out. You got all the room you need. So 850 there. All I do, I just tell them before I get there, just move everything out of the refrigerator before I get there. Because that's the hardest part with that, just taking everything off the shelves. And I have them take it out, and I have them put it back in. If you have to take out stuff and put it in, man, that'll take you an hour. So I tell them before I get there, about 30 minutes, if you can go ahead and start moving stuff out the refrigerator. So when I get there, I can go ahead and do my job. And then when I leave, I tell them they can go ahead and put it back. I don't know where you had your stuff, and let them put it back. All right. Salute to Grandmaster Mike and ABC family. Hey, how you doing, Shimano Fire Line? Scoop, New Jersey. I've been delivering appliances for 10 years for Lowe's, Home Depot, and Sears. I'm trying to transition to a repair, but I can't find someone to train me. Buy my course. If you buy my course, you can what you call. I give you everything you need to start your own appliance repair business. You don't have to go for nobody to train you. Click the link in the description, and you can buy the course, and I teach you everything you need to know. All right. Engineer appliance. So labor is 850. I know the tank on 134A is like $400. Yeah, a tank on 134A is going up $400. But that tank will last you almost 2 years. It'll last me almost a year and a half, one tank. And that's me doing one or two seal systems per day. You have to think the refrigerator only got a couple of ounces in there, and you buying like a 30 pound tank of refrigerant. That refrigerant lasts you forever. It's not like you're doing HVAC where you putting a couple of pounds or something in. You just putting a couple of ounces in there. That tank will last you forever. So now, paying a $400 for a tank refrigerant is not gonna bother you at all. It's not gonna bother you at all. Trying to get my prices right as my equipment arrives tomorrow. Okay, yeah. That's one thing I see people complain about the prices and stuff of parts. Who cares? The customer pays for the price for the parts. It's not like it's coming out Um, it's not like it's coming out of your pay out of your profits. That's cost of goods. So if even if I say like for instance if I need a refrigerant, you can what you call it, you can actually add that on as a line item to the actual customer, where you say okay, uh, refrigerant, I'm going to charge you charge you what's it called $120 for refrigerant, and the home warranty will tell them they don't pay for refrigerant. The customer got to pay for the refrigerant, so then the customer have to pay you for each time you go out there and do it $120. So after the third or fourth one, you don't made your money, but there's so much money in it. $400 ain't gonna bother you to buy a jug. If they giving me 850 per seal system, and it's taking me just about 2 hours to do it. So I what we call the first one that I go out there and do, they're gonna pay me $850. $400 of that is gonna go towards the actual purchasing other refrigerant. Just like so much money has to go towards purchasing your tools and stuff right now. But I still cleared about $400 off of that. The next one I go, and every one I go for almost a year, I'm gonna clear the 850. I only got bought that one time, and then at the end of the time, I just what's it called? I just no, I got to buy another one in a year and a half. So what you can do, you can just start saying, okay, out of every service call I do, when I got to change a compressor, they paying me 850, $10. I got to hold to go buy replenish my refrigerant. So you charge 850 and you put $10 in a refrigerant fund. If they have it so hard where they can't buy the refrigerant, just hold $10 out of each one of them. And then by the time you finish using up the jug, you have enough to go buy some refrigerant. Is it money in installs? Yeah, it's money in installs. We used to do a lot of installs, but you're gonna have to have a team. It's hard to do installs by yourself. You gotta have a team to do installs, and you're gonna have to have a good, I say, a good box truck with a lift gate on it. Because especially if it's raining like today, you want to be able to work inside that box truck, setting it up and getting it ready. You don't want to be outside or trying to get in the customer garage because they got the cars in there trying to get everything prepped. So I say you got to have a good box truck because you got to not only do you have to install, but you got to haul away the trash and the old. So engineer Plot, I appreciate it, Mike. Just trying to stay close to the blueprint. Okay, yeah, you do good. Man, I need to get in the seal system game. That low hanging fruit though, it's too nice. They keep pushing off the seal system. Yeah, even that with the seal system. Matter of fact, some of the alumni, I had like 3 alumni call me. They do seal systems. They do seal systems, but they don't want to. They don't. They now they'll much rather make $600, $700, and do something else the rest of the day. So they calling me asking me, hey, do I want to do their system work? I said, no, man, I don't even really want to do mine. Or saying we need to find somebody around in the area to actually who wants to do seal systems. But I told him, nah, I got a guy that I've been trying to train, but he's not quite ready. Because even though he go do them for me sometimes, I still have to go with him out there. And that defeats the purpose. I don't want to go out there. So we might do that to somebody around the area who wants to really do seal systems, where we can actually just send them our seal system work. But nah, once you get going, you'll get to a point. You say by the time I do a compressor job or whatever, and have to lug all that stuff in and out, and that to me that's work. Changing those compressors and stuff, that's work. But by the time I do that, I could have done 2 other stops and still made about $600, $700. I'll what you call. I'll much rather do those 2 other stops. Donnie Madden. What's up, Mike and ABC family? Hey, what's going on? But right now, you just got so many these LG compressors and stuff, and LG build them for everybody. The Kenmore, the Whirlpools, they build them for everybody. And they got these compressors just going out. So it's just so much money to be made doing it. I'm Hotep. Mr. Sneed, do you still have the info on the companies that use Georgia electrical license holder? Yeah, I do mine with two companies. Um, one of them, I tell you what, email me 'cause I don't want to put it out here. I got so many people listening now. Email me and I'll send them your information and see if they're looking for Georgia. Um, all right. Are you doing any sales system hands-on training? I was just talking to one of the alumni today, and he told me I need to go ahead and do one because we need to he wants somebody to do it around here. So we're gonna probably put a real sales system course together to get people into doing it. But we have it online that show you how to do it. And we were doing an introduction, but in order for me to teach you sales, for you to really get a good grasp on sales system, you need to be doing appliance repair for about 6 months to a year. So you have a good thorough understanding of the refrigeration cycle, and then from there, I'm not teaching you how a refrigerator works. I'm teaching you just the sales system and so there it's a better transition. If I start just trying to do seal system, people will show up and they never don't know what defrosting cycle is. Just trying to make some money doing seal system, and it won't be good for the class. So I have to make sure we have enough people that are at that point. And right now we're getting to the point where we got enough alumni who's at that point. And most of the alumni that wants to do it is doing it anyway. They just looked at the online and just figured it out. My apps. You can do install for warranty companies if you want. I don't because you need to haul with the old appliances, so you need a truck. There you go. There you go. Uh, Frank Evans, hit that button, please. Yeah, if you hadn't already, hit the like button. Uh, share this to people. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. I want to thank everybody for watching today. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed coming on here talking to you all. And I told my wife last night. I said I got to be the luckiest man in the world to be able to do the things that I'm able to do. My life has just been really good. Uh, and 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 to be able to share this with you all, to have the friends and stuff that I made through appliance repair. This is a dream come true, a dream come true, and to see you all making the amount of money that you all are making, seeing the stuff that you all are doing with your families, man, I'm telling you, it's just a blessing. Patrick Young, yeah, in the trucking business, you're on the road all the time. In appliance repair, you make great money, you have a great quality of life, and it's great to work in clothes with your name. Yeah, yeah, that means a lot to work in clothes with your name on and stuff, and to be an asset to your community. This morning I woke up. My neighbor called me about 6:30 and said she had an emergency. Could I come to her house and check it out? What happened? Her garbage disposal was leaking, and her dishwasher was pumping through her garbage disposal and was leaking water. So to go to your neighbor house and be able to I stopped the dishwasher. Told her she needed garbage disposal. So on Thursday I go put her garbage disposal in. But to have neighbors like that where they just so happy, man. Uh, Mr. Sneed, I'm so glad you're here. I wouldn't know what to do. You just help us out so much, all that type of stuff, man. And it's just great. It's just great. All right. Read a couple more, then I'm getting out of here. Did you go to the ice cream camp? Yeah, I went to the ice cream camp. You'll see tomorrow. I'm doing the stuff that he recommended that I'm to do, and I'm seeing the results already of the stuff. If you hadn't already, go over to Save, Invest, Repeat on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel. You'll see me actually building out the ice cream parlor. I need to get the ice cream parlor making 250 to 300,000 a year. So you can go there and watch that journey too. Uh, hey, what's going on? Because we don't read. Okay, how was it? Was great. It was great. That's one of the things. I tell anybody, if you get into any business, if you don't want to go through and make all the mistakes and lose money and have to figure it out and take 10 or 15 years of your life figuring it out, find somebody who's been doing that business for 10 or 15 years and see if you can buy their business plan. Have them show you how the business operates. It could offer a lot of headache and save you a lot of money and a lot of time. So he's been doing it for over 20 years. His stuff, his system is so simple that you just say it can't work that easy, but it does. It's just a very simple system. If you follow it, you make the actual money that he said. So I just been following his system, it's coming around. It's coming around. Um, we uh we got great product that we're putting out right now, especially in the ice cream. I mean, wonderful products that we have. I have a couple of places, high end places that do bakeries and stuff. That wants to. I'll be going to one for Wednesday. That wants to actually start carrying our flavors and stuff. So I got places now that wants to wholesale it, and it's great. It's great. It's great, and that's one of the things I love to work in the ice cream parlor. To go in there and sit down and talk to folks, and to be in there when they come in. He said that's called being loved. I'm like, yeah, it is. It is. Can we get the system? Yeah. If you're getting ready to open an ice cream parlor, let me know. Just like a one stop mic. I worked it out with tie dye Jeff. People that are coming to people who come through Appliance boot camp and they getting ready to start an ice cream parlor, meaning you found a place and you bought you a back freezer, not somebody who's just thinking about it. You bought a back freezer. You let me know. I can give you his boot camp and the initial recipes and everything how you should run your ice cream parlor. It's a book and a jump drive with all the videos and everything on it. He allowed me to give that to you all. But I'm only giving it to people who actually are going ready to start. It's funny. This past week, in my wife's first cousin, they called me. They called me last week and asked me. They said they needed my help, and they asked me to mentor a young guy for them. They was in college at A&T, and I said, "Yeah, that's no problem. Tell them to call me." So that's what I thought it was. They had told my wife, "Can we get Mike's number? We got a cousin that's in North Carolina A&T, a young guy. We'd like him to talk to Mike and before he gets down to A&T." I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll talk to him." But when they called me, they told me they say we need some money for retirement. I need it was funny. I need you to find me a business that I need you to help me start a business that I can get free money to buy the land to start the business and to build the building on. I was like, if I knew that, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But I can't help you with actually doing businesses and stuff. And it was funny. Uh, they came. I was telling them about all the stuff that I've done and what I'm doing, and I get a phone call like a week last week, like Thursday, and they said we've been looking at a lot of the videos on ice cream parlors and stuff like that. We want to try an ice cream parlor. They got a building like right downtown in their hometown city. It's right off from the church. It's a little building and stuff, and they say they want to maybe try doing homemade ice cream. So they came down Sunday, and I showed them around and stuff. So they're in the process now, trying to get their stuff together. If they get their stuff together, then I will give them that stuff too with tie-dye gel. But once they buy their freezer and get the building setting up, I'll do it. But up until then, I don't want to take advantage of the situation of his kindness and just be giving it to any and everybody because he makes money off of that course and and I want to continue. I want him to continue to be able to make money off. And like I tell everybody, he's the guy who trained me. So with that, I have to. It'd be crazy for me to be doing it for 2 years now to think I'm a master at this thing. I'd much rather you all go to him and get it directly from him because he's the guy who put it together and learn how I learned. And then in about maybe 5 to 10 years, once I master it and I got mine doing 250, 300,000, then I can put a little I can take a little bit more ownership into what I'm doing. But up until then, I'll follow his blueprint, and I want you all to follow his blueprint too. And I'm not gonna lie, he's giving it to me at a great price. So with that, we kind of working together on it, and it helps both of us. So, but I don't wanna dilute his thing. I want him to get the majority of his for the price that he's charging. All right. Kel Slater, appreciate you, brother. You're truly a blessing to many lives. We'll be in touch for the info. Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And like I say, you enjoy the ice cream parlor. Your kids will enjoy the ice cream parlor. Your family will. So yeah, so that's the thing. Whenever I'm going back home, I get a phone call. You coming? Yeah. Hey, bring me this flavor. Bring this person that flavor. People love that ice cream. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I know I said that last time about 15 minutes ago, but I am getting out now. I want to thank everybody for much asking. Uh, got two more. Did the guy make the popcorn machine? No, he hasn't. His wife actually got cancer. He's an older guy, so I'm trying to still see how he's gonna make out. Uh, if he gives me the okay, then I will start producing some myself. But his right now he's helping. He's kind of battling. Him and his wife are kind of battling cancer right now, and so he hasn't had a chance to do it. And he was in the process of getting it patent, and I want to wait and see what he's going to do. And if he gives me the okay on that, then I'll start pushing the ice cream. Not the ice cream, but the popcorn too. How much is it? If you buy the appliance boot camp, it's free to you. If you bought the appliance boot camp, uh, it's free to you. I said if you bought the grandfathered one. So if you grandfathered in, um, we're gonna have some changes coming up in the next couple of weeks. Like I told you all, everybody who helped me get started and stuff, they got grandfathered in, so they get to come to any and everything that we put together. But going in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna cut off the grandfather stuff, and it's gonna be the course that you pay for. But if you already purchased Appliance Bootcamp, either the online or the hands-on, you grandfathered in. Once you get your ice cream parlor getting ready to run, it'll be free, free of charge. I'll send it out to you. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody, and I'll be seeing you all on Thursday. All right. Y'all have a good day.